All right, welcome back to the channel. And today we're just going to go over a few items that sold this week. Actually did pretty good this weekend. I had a $1,000 week, one of my first $1,000 weeks in a while. And more than 600 of that was made over the weekend of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I sold $600 worth of items this weekend because I've been listing my butt off and it's been working out. I had over, I say 20 items that went out this weekend alone. I am down from last month, and that's due to that big sale that I had on the Bose speakers that I mentioned in the last video. They were a pair of Bose above ground outdoor speakers. I paid $20 for them off of Facebook Marketplace, and they sold for $400 in a week. So that's why my sales are down, because I had that big sale near the end of June. But let's go ahead and get started on the items that sold over this weekend, really. All right, the first is a Tattoo Golf blue camouflage polo. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. It took a while to sell because I did not have the dimensions in there. That's something that I just started doing. I bought a long 4 foot ruler from Harbor Freight, and I just lay it on top of the clothes, so people can see what size the shirt and pants and shorts are. So I finally put it in the pictures, and it sold for the full asking price of $29.99. If you don't know the brand Tattoo Golf, they sell very well. So pick it up. All right, the next item is a Carhartt work shirt, flame resistant, long sleeve button up shirt. And if you don't know Carhartt, that's one of the biggest work brand out there, but their flame resistant line sells very well. And this sold within 1 day of me listing it. It was a good size at a large, and it has the FR on it. And then you can see here, I got the long ruler so they can see the measurements. And it's easy. I used to have the fabric ruler that I had to continually roll up when I'm done with it. With this, I can just grab it, slap it on there, pull it back up. It works. It makes things move a whole lot faster than using that fabric ruler. All right. Then on to the next one. It is a pair of Peter Millar Collection Wayfair 5 pocket pants. A buyer actually bought both pairs of these. I had this Rivera blue, and then I had a nickel gray. Now the buyer messaged me and asked, could he take both of them? Um, I said, yeah. He sent me an offer, so he bought both pair. He bought this one for 22, and he bought the other for 23. And I combined shipping. He was in Charlotte, North Carolina, so shipping wasn't that much. It all came out to about $52 for everything shipped to him. But Peter Millar, still a good brand to look for. These pants retail for, I think, $60 brand new. So anytime you see Peter Millar, just take the time to look up the model name, because that really does help people search your listings better. Look for specific models better if you know the actual model for. And these were Wayfair. And all these items came from Goodwill. Standard pricing for shirts at Goodwill is $4.19, and for pants it is $4.99. Depending on where I buy them from, the Goodwill that is closer to my house, I have a Goodwill membership card, which gives me 10% off daily purchases, and then on Wednesday it's 20% off, which includes another 10% for military discount. Right, next is a pair of Nike Golf Tour Performance shorts. And these were a Goodwill pickup. I actually found 3 pair of these the same size right beside each other at Goodwill. And I picked them up. I did a multi-quantity listing, and all 3 sold within 3 days of me listing them. One sold for the full asking price of $19.99. One sold for $18, and then one sold for $17.99. So basically, turned shorts are $4.19 at Goodwill. So it turned $13 into 60. So can't almost 60. So you can't beat that. All right, next is from my Burberry lot. That was in the previous video. I think all the shirts have sold except 2. And once I got these listed, I mean, they sold within a matter of days. And I took the time to check these to make sure that they were not knockoffs. Everything checked out fine. So listed them. And they also, I had them listed at $34.99 with a best offer of $27.99 or better. So all the shirts sold for about $30 to $28. So good sale on those. All right, next is a Columbia PFG vintage shirt. This one actually went to someone in Hawaii, and they paid a full asking price of $24.99. And the reason why it sold was this pattern. You can see here it has a sailfish, almost like a Hawaiian pattern on it. And it was a 2XL, so I knew it would sell fast. But it did take a while to sell, but again, $4.19 into $24.99, can't beat that. Those small sales add up, so don't always go for, home run big items. Keep your store filled with, items that sell fast, but not for a lot of money. Our next is a Cuisinart thermal stainless steel replacement coffee pot, or carafe, however you pronounce that. If you're not picking these things up here, I mean, these are easy money. I find them at the Goodwill bins all the time, especially when they purge the retail stores. They all bring them to the the Goodwill bin side, and I always pick these up, especially the stainless steel ones, because they go for $20 to $30. Some of the Keurig ones go for a lot of money, and some of the Mr. Coffee ones go for a lot of money. But this is just a Cuisinart 12 cup coffee pot, and I think I paid, wasn't a lot, maybe $2 for this, and it sold for best offer of $20. All right, next is a Magnavox DVD VCR combo, and this model number is MWD2205. This was a Goodwill bins pickup. Like I said earlier in one of my other videos, the people at the bins in my area, they are all for clothes. Most of the time, they do not touch electronics because I think they just don't want to deal with them, because if they work, they work, but if they don't, then you're stuck with it. You can't return it. But this here VCR worked. I keep a stack of brand new VHS tapes just to, bundle it with it, make the offer a little bit more tempting. And I keep RCA cables. But this one came with the remote. Everything tested well. Sold for a best offer of $60. I probably could have sold it for more, but I was trying to clear out some of my items in my storage room because it's packed full of stuff that I still haven't gone through yet. All right, next is a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren denim no collar shirt. Again, I know people say that Polo Ralph Lauren is saturated on eBay, but if it's something unique, get it, because it will sell for a lot of money. And this one was unique because I've never seen. It looks almost like a baseball jersey. and this sold relatively fast. As soon as I listed it, it had a couple watches on it, and then somebody bought it right at for the full asking price of $29.99 plus shipping. All right, next is a RJC vintage Hawaiian shirt. And this RJC, this is the brand that Hawaii 50, not Hawaii 50, but what's his name? The detective. I cannot think of his name. But he wears these, maybe Magnum PI. I think it's Magnum PI. But he wears these Hawaiian shirts in the show. And if you can find the red one that he actually wears, those go for a lot of money. You may be able to get $50 out of those shirts. But this one here sold for $29.99, and I picked this up at the local thrift store on a 50% off day. So I think I paid maybe $1.50 for this shirt. Good pickup and good sale. And then the last item that I'm going to go over is this Nat Nace Luxury Silk Hawaiian shirt. This is a new brand for me. I've actually picked up a lot of these shirts, and they have sold relatively fast. But be on the lookout for Nate Nast Hawaiian shirts. They're usually made out of silk, and they go for a lot of money, especially if they have a pretty cool design on it. This one has some geometric shapes, and this is what the emblem looks like, and this is what the tag looks like. And you can see it is 100% silk. All right, so let's just go back over the overview, and you can see I'm trying to get back up. I have a lot more items. A lot more items to list, but the majority of the items that I sold were clothing items, and I haven't even listed the majority of my electronics, which include a lot of Guitar Hero stuff, a couple of Wii systems, and more DVD VHS combos that I have to list. But I'm pretty sure I can match last month's sales if I just take the time to list them. And actually got a notification. All right, from a messenger. And we're just gonna go over this because I actually sold this Street Shark, but then when I was getting ready to ship it, I accidentally broke one of the tubes that go to his oxygen tanks. So I messaged the seller and let him know that it was damaged, and I could either offer a partial refund or I can cancel the order altogether. And he just messaged me back. He said, he would take the partial refund. So I'm going to just offer him half, saying about half of what he sold. And this here sold for, I think it was a full asking price. Yeah, best offer $27.99. So I'll send him back $13.50 because I did break the little tubes here. This broke off while I was shipping it, but this one was in great condition. He had everything. So again, a good week, and until the next time, source list repeat, because that's how you get sales and traffic on eBay.